Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the analysis of YOLENO TV. I hope you well from wherever you're watching this channel. Now, because Kungu Muigai accused the judiciary a day or hours before KYALO MBOBU was killed, judiciary found itself responding to the allegations from Kungu Muigai. Now, in a previous analysis, for those of you who went through that video, I've seen some complaints in the comment section, but I'm just going to address them here. But for those of you who went through that video, you must have realized that the video that was shared, and it has been shared by so many people, and I understand that DCI is also going through that video. That video has put Kungu Muigai in trouble.
Man like that. I don't know who killed him or why. I cannot pretend to know that. But what I can state is, in my statement, I had said Bob Kyalo is my lawyer. And indeed, Bob Kyalo was one of my witnesses who was going to give evidence about how various judges have been bribed with a lot of money. And he was also the custodian of very, very crucial evidence. He was holding 4 affidavits from our witnesses who either participated or were privy to the giving of bribes to the judges. He was also a custodian of 2 audio recordings, which were actually recorded when these judges were being bribed. It's a sad day, indeed a very sad day for this country, that we can lose somebody of the caliber of Bob Kyalo. He was a professor in law. I will not blame anybody because I really don't have an idea who killed him. But I have accused a cartel made up of the Shah community, Kenya Commercial Bank, and various judges in the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal and the High Court.
That is why you find that the judiciary was quick to respond to Kungu Muigai, simply because it is painting the judiciary in a wrong way. The judiciary had refuted the allegations by former President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta's cousin, that is Captain Kungu Muigai, concerning the handling of the long-running case of Benjo Amalgamated Limited and Muiri Coffee Estate Limited versus Kenya Commercial Bank. So in a statement, this is what Paul Ndemo, who is the spokesperson of the judiciary, said. We categorically refute that any incompetent firm has ever found evidence of wrongdoing or corruption. Mr. Muigai has not produced credible proof to substantiate his claims, posing as bringing evidence after, but reeks of bad faith, malice, and a camouflaged agenda. So that was just a brief response that came from the judiciary through its spokesperson, Paul Ndemo. So what is happening here is that the judiciary, realizing that this issue inaweza wachafulia jina, decided to respond to Paul Ndemo. So I'd like us to go through this response because I understand that the DCI is scrutinizing the video that has been going viral about Kungu Muigai, and also going through the CCTVs surrounding the place where there was that crime scene, the CCTVs around the crime scene. So all these things, the DCI is trying to piece together to unravel what could be the reason behind. Now, focused here in this analysis, ladies and gentlemen, is on what the judiciary has told Kungu Muigai. So before we explore this story further, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to appreciate you for the support you've been giving this channel ever since we started. If you wish to support us, just like this video and subscribe to our channel if you had not subscribed before. And to our existing subscribers, I want to continue thanking you so much, because without you, this channel cannot grow. So what is happening here? I believe someone could have either taken advantage of the fact that Kungu Muigai delivered that kind of ruling. But again, if you go back to this story of KYALO MBOBU, we are told that that day, the day he was shot, he had conducted several meetings at his farm. Now there's a court case he was supposed to represent. And because the DCI is trying to piece together some of these evidences to try to create a story out of this, what could have been the motive behind it? That court case is something that I think the Judiciary, it is something that the DCI should look at carefully. If at all the lawyer was to represent someone, and then it was probably last appearance, or rather final appearance, that is also supposed to be looked at. So we are told that the DCI is still scrutinizing this viral video, the viral video from Kungu Muigai. And I maintain that someone could have taken advantage of that video because of the content that Kungu Muigai presented, which were a bit shocking, in that it exposed the judiciary as the most corrupt body. And that is the main reason why you find that judiciary was quick to respond, because you remember people like Nelson Harvey, Ahmed Nasir. These people have been talking about the corruption in the judiciary. That's why you realize they keep on using the word jurispesa. Instead of jurisprudence, they say jurispesa. So jurispesa has always been a word that these people, the senior lawyers, use to refer to the element of corruption in the judiciary. So the statement that came from Kungu Muigai wasn't going to sit well with the judiciary, because it is exposing current judges and retired judges and their judges who died. Because from Paul Ndemo's rebuttal on the statements that were delivered by Kungu Muigai is that it is unfair for Kungu Muigai to surface now and expose judges who can't defend themselves. Some have retired and do not provide any proof to the allegations he presented on that viral video. So that's the main reason why Paul Ndemo was quick to react. And you realize that the reaction has just come at a time whereby now this lawyer had been shot. So, because from that video, for those of you keenly understood the video, ilikuwa ita expose judiciary, na hii mada ambayo imetokea ilikuwa ita expose judiciary further. Even though there is no proof whether it's involved, there is no proof whether Kungu Muigai is involved with the murder, there is no proof. The DCI is still doing the best it can to come up with a story which is going to be shared. I had someone complain yesterday. Mtu ananiuliza kwa nini ile ya Ongondowere tu ilikuwa ni haraka kabisa. You could even see people watoshaanza kutajwa. No, it's because the killers in this murder were very careful. In fact, what has that where they chose to execute their killing, there were no cameras around pale. Hiyo ndio kitu ambacho kinajaribu kuleta shida, kwa sababu looking at the timing, the place, unaona ukiangalia vizuri timing na place na kila kitu, unapata these people were very careful. They knew that with the case of Ngondowere there was a mistake that quickly that's why you find the suspects were quickly nabbed. But in this one they were very careful, avoiding mambo kama camera, choosing a place ambayo itakuwa kutafuta ni nani ali execute unless there was an eyewitness ambaye alichukua picha. But again, until now pictures have not surfaced of these people. With the Ongondowere's case, you could see people in hood. This one, there was someone in hood, yes, but nobody took a photo of this person. I don't know, could you say that this whole incident took place faster than someone would even think about issue kama cameras kupiga picha hivi. But just like I'm maintaining, this rebuttal from the judiciary is again putting Kungu Muigai on the spot. Remember, there are people now think that because of that video, this had to happen. I mean, if I'm him, maybe I wouldn't have released that statement. Maybe I would have chosen another way of delivering the statement. Right now, to be honest, many will blame him, even though someone else could have taken advantage of that statement to execute that heinous act. So personally, I can't really blame him. We can't really blame him. It is the DCI who's going to come up with the story, and I think that is when I will be able to know what really took place. I believe there's no cover-up. If there's no cover-up, then we're going to get the full details of what took place. So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about this response from the judiciary to responding to Kungu Muigai over the video that went viral? That video has been shared by so many people. You've probably seen the video. I've shared it in my previous analysis, just a bit of it. But that video has been shared widely. And it's putting Kungu Muigai on the spot here, ladies and gentlemen. So perhaps if you're watching this video and you've not subscribed, take 1 second and subscribe. Like this video until you catch up again. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you once again for choosing YOLENO TV as your favorite political channel.